Hey, what's up, guys? It's Joe Exotic here, and I have some bad news. You see, I had this little rivalry with a woman named Carole Baskin. But you see, Carole has some associates roaming around in the city of Los Santos. I was previously tipped off by someone named Maud who wanted me to bounty hunt some people. Little did she know that the people she wanted me to take care of were associates of my old time friend Carole. Anyways, let's get hunting. After responding to Maud's email, I get another email from her sending me the first target. I drive to the location of where the target was last seen, and I find him searching for a bag of cocaine in his grandma's front yard where he last hid it. I confront him in a timely manner and ask, "What you doing there, big fella?" and proceed to kick the living shit out of him. He gets up and tries to fight me, but I sock him in the nose a few times, and when I kick him in the nuts, he finally gives up. Now for the mod missions, you can either take the bounties to mod for 10k, or kill them for 5k. Of course, I choose the latter. Although, I make him think that he's going to be delivered, but I have a plan of accidentally killing him. He gets on my bike and we ride into the non-existent sunset, and the whole time, I'm missing my tigers. Anyways, I executed my first plan. I drive off the road into this little ramp that leads up to the train, aka the train tracks. What I do is, right before I hit the ramp, I jump off, forcing the crack sniffer over here to jump off as well. He hits an epic 360 in the air and falls hard on the ground. Just when I thought my plan had worked, I looked over the train tracks to see him get up. This guy literally just survived flying through the air and without any injuries. I mean, what kind of luck is that? Anyways, I guess he's just really scared of me and gets right back on my bike without saying a word. I mean, mad respect for taking the fall like a champ, but also, come on dude, stick up for yourself. My next plan is to drive off another ramp and crush the guy under my weight, possibly making him pass out and drown in the shallow water. When this doesn't work and Buzzcut just gets back on, I'm now left with soaking clothes in the cold night. I try once again to get the guy killed, making him get run over by a car, and when this finally doesn't work, I realize I have to take drastic measures to make sure this guy dies. And so begins my final plan. I drive over to the train tracks, and when we reach them, I get off. I lead the guy over to the tracks, and I whisper in his ear that if he moves off the tracks at all, I'll give him a double wet willy. When he hears this, he says, I just barely walk off the tracks, and we sit there standing, waiting for the train. As we wait, I stare deep into his soul to show him that I mean business. When I see the train coming through, I hold him at gunpoint, and he realizes what's going on. Nonetheless, he holds his hands up and is run over by the train. I get a little message saying bounty complete and get 5k. On to the next associate. Maud eventually texts me the next target, and I head over to the waypoint. It takes me kind of a while to find the target, but when I do, I approach her such as any gentleman does, and run her into a wall with my motorcycle as her blood spatters on the wall. I then hold her at gunpoint and force her to get on my bike, commencing my first date. As we drive away, I spot this gas tank and see my next move. I drive over to the gas tank and get off my bike, holding my target at gunpoint. I then shoot the gas above her, and she gets drenched in gasoline. I start shooting it a bunch of times and create a puddle near her, and I shoot it. For some odd reason, this woman values her life and jumps out of the way. When the gas tank blows up, taking my bike out with it, I shoot my target in the head out of pure rage. And so concludes my first date. As I flee the scene, I see this fire truck, and so, naturally, I hit the two firefighters off the back. This kills one and leaves the other one limping. I then kick the other one in the balls and kill him too. Maud then sends me the next target, a cracked out homeless woman. I drive to the location and find the target. She comes straight for me, already recognizing my face, and I have to say, I'm impressed. Not even Carole can identify my face that fast. As I'm fighting her, I realize she has a hammer. Like, does this mean she was just standing outside waiting for me with a hammer? It doesn't really matter much as she tries to hit me, and my cat-like reflexes, aka spamming the X button, allow me to dodge her. I then pull out my gun and try to back away, and she nearly gets a good bonk on my head when she blacks out from all that crack and falls over. I pull my gun on her and point it at her, but she tries to hit me. I try to kneecap her with the gun, but I'm too close, and I hit her, killing her. Sure as hell didn't go as planned, but hey, it was self-defense, so technically I can't be arrested. Maud sends me the next target, the most basic-looking redneck in the world. I find the guy sitting in the back of a motel, and he comes straight for me. I pull a fast one on him and pull out my gun. I shoot him square in the back, and even though he now has a bullet in his back and probably some shattered bones, he runs over to me perfectly fine. Is everyone in this game an absolute god or something? Anyways, we steal this family of five's road trip car and drive away. I then execute my next plan, which is to drive us into the water, faking my own death, and killing my beloved passenger. I tell him if he gets out of the car, I'll shoot him in his left nut, and it convinces him to stay and drown while I flee. How wholesome. When I don't see the bounty completed message, I slowly turn around, hoping my friend didn't leave and flee. When I see that he did, and am about to fulfill my promise, he just decides to fucking die. Maud sends me the final one of Carole's associates. The Baskin Kingdom is nearly at its end in Los Santos. The final target is a redneck Harley Quinn, except the clown makeup is just cocaine. That's like 5 cocaine jokes in one video. Getting old yet? I find my next target on a ledge, and when she sees me, she tries running away, but I shoot her in the back. We drive around for a bit, and all of a sudden, I hear beeping. Like beeping from a sticky bomb. I try to jump out of the car in time, but just like that, I exploded and died. And so concludes the saga of Joe Exotic. He lasted almost half a video, and now he will live in our tigers and our mullets forever. Even if he did come back, he just wouldn't be able to financially recover. Onto our main character, King Clorox. So there's word on the street that there's a 300k time trial. And yes, I know this was last week, maybe even 2 weeks ago if I get lazy on the editing. But I'm a little behind on this stuff, okay? Anyways, I failed many times, but eventually finished the time trial and earned that sweet $300,000. I then spent it on the cheapest high-end apartments because ice. Anyways, I got this sick outfit that's called the Jock. I mean, this perfectly fits King because look at those chiseled abs, that master physique. Anyways, I already did the Hatchet treasure hunt with Maud, and I forgot to record it, but whatever. I decided to start the 2 treasure hunts, the Golden Revolver and the Navy Revolver. I started with the Golden Revolver and found Slenderman's note on a little fence. I then go to the location of the shovel, the box with the missing gun, and my personal favorite, the corpse in the mountain that looks like a copy and pasted GTA Vice City model. I'm serious, this clue looks like actual garbage, and I love it. I then go to the location of the Golden Revolver, and out of nowhere, this meth head named the Los Santos Slasher tries to machete me, and I clock him in the nose with my revolver and shoot him. Now, if you don't know, this is the final clue for the Navy Revolver, and I got the gun in 50k. I still have no idea how this happened, as I didn't do the Navy Revolver challenge or found any of the clues. I wasn't complaining though, because everything worked out, and I didn't even have to do another treasure hunt. I start the challenge of getting kills, and start with this guy in a pickup truck, and just straight up execute him. And then after that, it's pretty much a blur. Except when I caused this big-ass car pile-up and trapped civilians so they couldn't get out and had no way of escaping. Good times. I then did the Navy Revolver challenge, which was me walking around and pretty much doing this for 20 minutes. After that, I got another 200k, and now I was up to a grand total of $955,000. I was so close to getting the CEO office. Luckily, although I didn't have it recorded, this was filmed over the course of a few days, and in that time span, another time trial came out, and so I finished it and bought a CEO office. I am now $1.5 million away from getting the vehicle warehouse and grinding out cash. But how was I going to get that money? Where the hell would I make $1.5 million? CEO jobs? Hell no. Those pay like $25k a mission. And then, I had an idea.
What do you need exactly?
It's me. It's time.